wow, Maya's here? Whoa. Huh? With this? Yeah, I have to, but I gotta keep moving. You got more than 7. It's gonna block the camera though. You can't put it there.
Both ways?
It's in the camera.
Oh my God, nigga. Just bring it like that. Jesus Christ.
We live.
You are here today with the ladies in the Chyna'Pink Talk Show. We are here at Mix and Mingle. This is our first show at Mix and Mingle. We are excited today. Yay! For opening up for us today. It was closed today. They opened for us today. We so appreciate that. Yes. So today we are here with our mayoral candidate, Ms. Rhonda Hamilton.
Yes. Dr. Rhonda.
Dr. Rhonda. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa Clark. And we also have our hair therapy next to her, Shawn. Launching her hair therapy. We'll let her give a chance. We'll give her a chance to talk about that. But before I do that, we're going to go ahead down the line and introduce our co-hosts. As y'all already know, but we still reintroduce ourselves each and every time. So Kim, you want to kick things off for the show?
Sure, I was about to sip my Long Island. No pause on that. I am the Mr. G. How y'all doing out here today? Happy Monday, happy Monday. Marvelous Monday.
Money making Monday, yes, that's what it is, okay? AKA Furnace for It is your girl, Lisa Swanson Canty, AKA City Girl Boston, and your favorite next door realtor. Just checking in. Hi, Lair.
It's your girl, Peekaboo, your favorite famous pink face painter.
Maya.
Oh, you got the
Maya. Happy Monday, guys.
Yes, I'm excited to see the girls here today. Maya, we missed you on the last episode. We're happy to see you still. We're so happy. So, Dr. Rhonda Hamilton, we're going to start off with you today. So, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with the election and if anything that you can possibly share with us? Can you let our audience know how they can make things count for you, how we can rock the vote, just what other expectations that you want us to support you with?
I love that, and thank you, ladies, for having me back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you,
A
ladies.
little,
for having me back.
But I don't feel like I hear it in the mic, so let's switch.
Okay, that's much better. Happy Monday, and thank you, ladies, for having me back. It's such an honor to be here, and I absolutely will help you understand how I need you to help me rock this vote in November 2026. Well, DC politics, as many of you may be aware, may not be aware, I'm running to be DC's next mayor. I would imagine that whether it's living in DC or not, you are seeing the same headlines that many of us are seeing, and there are far too many families that are deserving of leadership that's accountable, leadership that gets it. Our children deserve that. We do a better job than what we've been doing in the nation's capital. As a mental health advocate for the last decade, one of my biggest concerns is the issues that are affecting the people are not being addressed. We have a lot of companies, corporations, and hidden agendas that are coming in our town, being the nation, city governments, and many of our natives and generations are being pushed out. And it's important that we take our house back.
Yeah,
Take our house back. I like that. Leaders have decided that it's Mr. Trump's fault. And while he is a hot mess, so is our local leadership, and our city was a hot mess before he got here. So what we see is what we always see this election season is that the power machine of money machine, the establishment shows up, and they decide who they want to pick, and you know what that means, because they want their issues addressed. So I came forward to be a monkey puncher. Public government is always supposed to be about the people, and you know how we do. We get emotional. We get emotional, and we fall to the sideline. And emotions don't change things, actions do.
Come on now.
So I came forward to lead the charge and let them know that Washington, D.C. belongs to the people, and we're going to restore that to the people in November. So I came forward to make history.
So the election is this November.
The election is this November.
Okay.
That we touched on that real quick. A lot of times we don't realize that there are actually 2 election cycles. The first election cycle happens in June, and that is what we call the primary. And that is just to determine who's going to be the #1 Democrat, who's going to be the #1 Republican, who's going to be the #1 Green Party. But then they all have to pass through to the big election, which is always in November.
Gotcha.
And then they will face me. I'm running as an independent. I've been independent since 2012. I just believe they have to earn my vote. They don't get to assume it. And so I'm looking forward to a showdown in November, and we've been on the ground, and we're excited, and we're getting people motivated, and we want to make history, because I think the last time I was at the show here, I pointed out that we have more people not voting than that are voting. And in D.C., as much mouth as we have, something's wrong with that picture, so I came to do something about it.
Let me ask you this, Dr. Hamilton. In DC, we do have a lot of resources. You know, it's always a thing in DC for people to say, I don't move it to PG County, but I still keep my mother address. We don't really do that. But people say that they do that because DC will take care of you. You can get food stamps. You can get on credit if you lose your job. You will get health care. We do have programs. However, it's sometimes hard to get people to the programs and to participate in the programs. What resources or what strategies do you have to get people in the nation's capital who need the resources in the places that they need to be in?
That's a wonderful question. You're absolutely correct. DC does have a lot of resources. What happens is that the management of our resources is a problem. And that's why I'm wonderful to be there. Because a $22 billion budget should not have so many people living in poverty. It should not have so many people being pushed out of the city. It should not have so many workers calling morale is down, so much corruption in big city, so much retaliation when they speak out. Those resources that you speak of, there are consequences. When we have people selling housing vouchers out the back door. We have folks that manage our rental division, and they are taking sideline gigs and working with the very people who they're supposed to be protecting the citizens' rights from. So while DC does have a lot of resources, it's the management of those resources that we're concerned about. And so I'd like us to get back to living up to having those resources that reach the people, not just in namesake and not just showing up on a website, but we actually see the visible change in people's lives. When we talk about selling housing vouchers out the back door, I will call your attention to the fact that we've had a over 20-year housing waiting list. Whose economic disposition hasn't changed in 20 years. Right? So we have resources, we're just not rotating them so that they're reaching the right families in order that the people that need the help get the help and they can pull themselves up and out. And the final point I'll make is that if we don't do something about the fact that we have over 100,000 families affected and living at the poverty level, poverty and crime go hand in hand.
Yes, indeed.
And so we're not going to stop the guns, we're not going to stop the crime if in fact it can't help people's lives, their quality of life change.
Can I just say one thing? And I know this is low on your it's not low on your priority list, but it's just really real. It was unfortunate when I had a young girl who was poor and she did need housing, and her name finally came up on this list. But she wasn't able to take advantage of the program because she had an eviction on her credit. How does that help her? She had an eviction on her credit, of course she did. She had money to pay the rent, but that program wouldn't help her because of that.
Yeah, you have to have someone in the main seat that has the political will to fix those kind of glitches. The truth of the matter is, if I tell you we have a waiting list spanning 20 years, they're not going to be working in your favor.
Yeah.
You know, they should not have people waiting that long, and absolutely having an eviction on your credit should keep you from getting the necessary housing that you need. And what you mentioned is why I came forward. So many folks that are falling through the cracks, falling through the who don't have the representation or someone advocating for them. So there's a lot wrong with our system, and you don't have to take my word. Just scan the local house files or scan the local headlines, and you'll see that we have a lot of people that are prospering off of our system because we don't have the proper oversight in place. We don't have the proper management in place.
I must agree with that, Dr. Rhonda Hamilton, just saying how now as a mentor to some youth and young girls that have been with emotional, Institute for Emotional Regulation, a young lady that had 4 children literally was put out of her rapid rehousing. They had no system in place to transition her from rapid rehousing to suitable housing that was affordable for her. And so her and her 4 children literally were put on the street with a 30-day notice saying, okay, rapid rehousing is done, Trump said away with it, so do the best you can. And nothing such as that 20-year readiness, they didn't even transition her to any other housing list. They just said you can go to the streets or the shelter. And it's disheartening because although the resources appear abundant, the disparities in what you're saying is the fact that all the stuff that's happening is causing the individuals who actually need it are not able to get it. Therefore, that the efficiency in those programs are not really working. So where is the money going? Who pockets are being on?
And that is the actual question that I will get you on in. With my first 100 days, we're going to audit those books. We're going to audit those agencies. Too many plans and calls. We have families just like the one you just mentioned, Lisa, who are again frustrated on the sideline. They don't believe government works. And this generation and the generation coming behind them, they must understand that you always vote. We have people whose shoulders we stood on. And the truth of the matter is there's a power struggle going on. When you start to feel like you're not a part of the in crowd, then you're left behind, left out, and when you go through something as traumatizing as worrying about the stability of your housing, you don't believe in voting. And so how you're able to help me rock this vote this November is I want to send a message around the world that when you try DC, there's a leader of us, among us, that will come forward and put a stop to the nonsense. And that will be Dr. Rhonda Hamilton.
I believe that. Speaking about that in crowd though, the running mates that's coming on, because I've noticed, I'm like, oh my God, everybody coming out of the woodwork. You know what I mean? I'm looking at Vincent Orange signs, who look like it's VP. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, do I want to drink or do I want to play? Which one I want to do? You know what I mean? Then you have Kenya McDuffie that's coming out. Then you have Janice George, and all of these people have so many funds and marketing tools. I can tell you right now, I want to commend you on your email campaign, because I constantly get emails and I can forward them to friends and share them with people. So sometimes it's not just about social media, those email campaigns be strong, but in comparison to your running mates now, how do you feel like you'll stand out? Because they look like a lot of them have already been doing politics as usual in DC. And so with that being said, they could be favored. But so how are you going to take your campaign?
And I have an addition to that question, because that was a question, it was similar to something I was getting ready to ask. So just in addition to that, like as far as sponsorship, are you looking for, can you touch on, how people can reach out if they would like to sponsor?
Make donations.
To get you where we need you to be in that seat.
Absolutely. Well, let's take care of that first, and I'm going to answer that question. My website, www.rhondahamilton, Hamilton, the number 4dc.com is the website. You can find out about Rhonda. I'm sorry, I'm really under the weather just coming back here, so you guys give me grace, please.
Give you grace.
On my website, you can find out how to donate. You can find out about my policy positions, find out where we're going to be next in the community. And you can also get your wonderful sweat hoodie to show your support. We're just trying to make sure that our people recognize that money doesn't vote, people do. And so while we're not going to continue to worry about what traditional politics looks like in DC, traditional politics has too many families living unstable, too many families that are, I should say, unstable, too many families that are frustrated, too many families that are being pushed out of the district, too many families that don't feel like DC, that they're a part of the DC story. If you're from DC, you can realize how ridiculous that sounds. And so I think they expect they will just be quiet. But in terms of my opponents, what I will say is that many folks see opportunity. You know, they're rolling out this ranked choice voting because they think that that's a way to help people get in. So people think they'll run up and just decide that, you know, they'll magically make it happen. This isn't about magic. Right? This is about know-how. This is about capability, qualification, preparedness. You don't walk the streets of DC for 10 years, walking in and out of houses, across the spectrum, talking to families across the spectrum, without understanding what's needed. And so my campaign, myself, we know as a people's candidate representing the people's voice that many of us coming through DC, we never had no money and probably never going to have no money. But what we always had in our community was unity, love, and protection.
That's right.
So it's just about making sure we remember where we come from and not get caught up in the status quo. But there are a lot in the field, and that's the beauty of having the primary, because a lot of them are going to get knocked out if one can come through. Being an independent since 2012, like I said, they're going to have to earn my vote. They're not going to be able to pull a lot of tricks and games. And that's why I want folks that are on the sideline to realize that you have opportunity. You have opportunity, but you got to show up and you got to participate.
You've been showing up.
I love that response. I love everything about you. You always come on our show. Okay, one more question down here. Okay.
Maya and I
Want to know.
really, Maryland residents who would want to vote for you, how can they vote?
You know I love my Ward 9. I love my Ward 9.
That's a good question, girl.
I love Ward 9 because even though you may live in Maryland, you know what's going on in D.C. and a lot of y'all know more than, you know, some of the folks in D.C. what's going on. So certainly we need you all to be talking it up, let everyone know my workers are calling, they live in Maryland, they want to come back to the city. So I say, Maryland, you help me start this fight from outside the gate. You help me to build this roar so loud, let them know they can donate and sponsor. Yes, we would love a sponsorship. We love endorsements. We have an endorsement just recently from National Life Group. I'm an insurance broker, and so it means the world to me that a 175-year-old company will come to the forefront and endorse the campaign. Yeah, that's just about work. That's just about knowing that I am the professional's professional. I'm coming forward, and I'm not to play any games, right? Coming to fix our city. This is not my first career. It's not my second or third career, but this is legacy work. Because I care about my city.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I have a minute question.
Sir, please do not forget about Ward 8.
Oh, girl. No one forgets about Ward
Give 'em a
8.
mic.
Sweetheart. Thank you.
No one forgets about Ward 7 and 8. They get all the stuff. They get all the resources. They get all the help. They get all the things.
Do you know I hear this a lot? With $22 billion, ladies, I want you to know that we will not have these conversations anymore. There's enough money to go around. And I could never forget about Ward 8. I am born and bred and educated in Ward 8. And part of the reason why I came forward because of that late, great man, Mr. Marion Barry.
Hallelujah.
I would sit before you without him. So no, I could never forget about Ward 8. But what I want us to do, and that's what they do when they mess this money up and they don't manage it properly, it pits one against the other. I came up in a DC at a time, we didn't have any borders. I partied in 6, partied in 7, stopped at the Senator, went to Panorama Room, you know, with the lessons. It didn't matter. This is our town. It's DC. And that's what I want folks to get excited about for my candidacy. Come back home. Come back to the table. You know, we've always had something to say. And it surprises me how many of us are on the sideline. So if you are frustrated out there, you're concerned, come on back to the forefront. I need your voice, I need you registered, and I need you voting. So Maryland, that's what I need you to help me do. When they come for me, I don't want them to see you. You let them know you rock with Dr. Rhonda.
She always rocking with you. You know that much. So I have actually 2 questions. One is, what is your take on the Black Lives Matter being taken off the streets downtown? What is your take on that?
I think that our mayor She was in hot water. She's done a lot of mess behind the scenes, and if anybody's gonna pull her skeletons out, it was gonna be Trump and those Republicans. But that's because they won our city. I don't think that the Black Lives should have come up. You put it down there. You were bold enough to put it down there. Now be bold enough to stand up and keep it there.
Okay.
Right. But if you notice the whole time he's been here, she's never galvanized and called for the city to come together. We got over 700,000 citizens in the DC. I know. What would it look like with over 300,000 of us standing on the steps of Congress? It would change.
They look like chocolate city.
It would look like chocolate city. So there are some things that we're going to have to get taken care of, and we're going to have to do that from a position of strength. I've had a wonderful career in sales, and Mr. Trump, in my opinion, has been a salesman, and he's a bully, and he's an opportunist, and he saw that DC was weak, and he saw that our mayor was foul. And so, our hands were tied in the sense that she is the current leader, but once we remove her, that will no longer be the case.
Okay. And so my follow-up, my follow-up question, because I know Maya want to ask something next. My follow-up question, I'm claiming this, once you become mayor of DC, how long do you think it's going to take? Because I know it's a lot of mess to clean up.
It is.
In your all honesty, how long do you think it's going to take for you to be able to clean up things and get things moving properly the way they should be running?
I love that question. When I'm sitting down with my budget team in the background and we're looking at the monies and we're looking at how many of these large contracts and these large relationships that are bleeding the budget and not really delivering us the return on our investment, we're looking at that. So we have a lot of relationships that we're going to have to untangle and move on so that we can open the doorway to give access to people who are really going to do the work. The reality is the first 100 days, I've committed to making sure that we audit those books so I can come before the people of DC and let them know, look, this is what we found, this is what we're going to do. It's ironic that right now, and I'll just put this caveat in it just to tell you why I'm confident that this will happen, as we hear the mayor come out and say we've got to cut up to $1 billion in program funding because we're short. They're in the background fighting about what to do with $52 million. So there's a lot of habits in this government that need to be exposed. And if you've been running a government without being transparent, without being authentic, then we are led to believe something different. So the first 100 days will be focused on finding the money, fixing the money, and then also auditing the agencies. I suspect that once we audit those agencies and get rid of a lot of the dead weight, for example, my plight with DYRS.
Come on here. Thank you. You got one of them down.
That's right. DCHA. So once we audit those agencies, the first 100 days, our citizens are going to start seeing some changes. One of the things I want to implement right away is an open door policy, because I need folks to know that while I'm inheriting a mess, I'm not going to hide from it. Right? Show up, get on record, and let's see what's going on. We've got to change the standards and set higher standards so people believe in government again. Realistically, probably the first year it will take to start to realize where the red tape, the bureaucracy, and where all of the cover-ups have been. And then we'll set about setting a new path thereafter. But I believe that between the first 100 days and the first year, we should see a lot of movement, and they should be talking about our city.
Come on here, Motion.
Yes, I love that. Maya, I know you got one more question, Maya. So as far as unemployment and employment, and minimum wage. Can we talk a little bit about what are your plans for minimum wage? I mean, at this day and age that we live in, it's almost impossible to survive off minimum wage, and also, the unemployment status of the people not only in DC, but just, I know you can't really touch on Maryland and Virginia, but just, in DC alone, let's speak on just the unemployment rate. How do you plan, or do you have any plans within the first year to get the unemployment rate down?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I don't like that the instability and unstableness of housing in the city has been such a problem for so long. And part of that has to do with the unemployment rate and the fact that we don't have a cap on the rents, and the reality that we don't have enough subsidies to help offset so that people can have a stable life. I can tell you not right now that the unemployment rate for blacks versus whites in DC is 4 times the amount, right? Jesus. And so I'm sick of the 4 times, the 81 times wealth gap. And so we're going to attack these very everyday issues, such as the unemployment rate, such as the instability in their living, the reality of them being worried about being pushed off of Medicaid, because that's going to cause another problem for many families. So we're going to take care of that low-hanging fruit, those folks that have been hanging out there so long, that have been struggling. It makes no sense that we manage a $22 billion budget, that we have so many people getting a paycheck. We're building stadiums, right? We're doing so much, but we can't seem to help families stabilize. So absolutely, we're going to take care of that right up the gate.
It seems insane. Maya? So you kind of answered some of my questions with China, so I wanted to know what were some of your top things that you wanted to work on as soon as you get in, and you talked about what you plan to do the first 100 days and what you plan to do the first year. So you kind of answered it, but if you have any other things that can, that's on the top of your mind that you are going to get right to, what are some of those?
I'm glad you asked that. That gives me an opportunity to plug my platform. So if you go to my website, RhondaHamilton4DC.com, you'll be able to find a lot of this language here as well. And my platform is very simple. When I was younger, all my life, all I heard was the Beach Boys song. People making fun of me, Ron, and don't help me, Ron. And so I knew I'd grow up and be in politics, So of course my platform is Help is here. Help, the H in help is for housing accessibility. The other H is for health care stability. The other, and accessibility, I want to say as well. We also want to talk about the economic stability that many families are facing, that they're not facing and they should have. And we also talk about the educational. Education is so key. We're not graduating as many of our children as we need to. And many of them are graduating without skill sets and access. Everyone isn't going to go to college. I made a six-figure, even though I went to school, to college. I made a six-figure income doing sales. And you can, and that walking right in off the street, as long as you're getting a trade.
Trade is good.
So there are a lot of things we can do different to make sure our children are graduating properly. When I look at the scores for DC, my last senior class of seniors graduated with 5.8% English language art skills on a 100% scale.
Come on now. Oh my God.
So everything, the house is on fire. So education, economics, and then we'll go to the L. The L is labor protections and increased jobs. That's important. When you look at DC right now, give you an example, west of the Anacostia River, we have 5 level 1 trauma centers. East of the river, we got one hospital, level 3. It hasn't been open a year. We spent over $400 million in the jobs. People have been being laid off, and they're in threat of closing. When I say we're not managing our assets properly, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You spent $400 million for one hospital where we have 5 west of the river, and we don't have that managed properly. That's a problem because people lost their jobs. We advocated that they should have union protections, and the mayor chose not to. We advocated that they should have culturally relevant resources. Research teaches us that families of brown and black hues, we prosper better in mental health when we have doctors and professionals of medical backgrounds that are black and brown that can relate to us. Right? The pandemic taught us that, but yet still our government hasn't shifted to that. So when this hospital was being built, she brought Howard and GW to the table, and GW said, if Howard's here, then we don't want to be involved. So they walked. Well, she brought them back. That's why Howard ended up getting another hospital. But now what we're seeing is we need black doctors and nurses and professionals east of the river.
So when you speak about that, you speak about mental health. Mental health, poverty, all of that is linked. When you're poor, when you grow up in these communities, that messes with your mental health. Why? I always thought that the same way in school that you go to science class and English class and math class, why isn't there a consistent mental health program in DC public schools?
So let's talk about that.
Well, and before Dr. Rhonda Hamilton answered that, we also have a mental health coach actually on the panel today. On the end. So I want her to speak to that as well, because we definitely want to factor them in with this conversation. And also they have actually some things that kind of can tie into, this is the first hairstylist that's going to be accepting health insurance for women who have alopecia. And we also have the health coach beside her that's going to speak on that as well. So this question was actually perfect, Kim, because it could kind of help us go into a segue with the hair therapy and mental coach that we have going on to the left of Rhonda.
Absolutely. I think that, I want to be fair and say that there are school systems across this nation that are struggling with the proper mental health services, resources, and professionals on site. Doesn't make excuse for it, but it just says since we know that there's a shortage, then we should work harder to make sure our citizens get what they need and that our children have what they need. I think that the stigma is always an issue, and it's not just stigma on the community level, it also stigma systemically, right? And so when you have that, you don't see resources going where they should be. Also, there's a lack of proper education around mental health. Mental health is not just about being diagnosed. You can, as I say before, I say it all the time, you can come out of a relationship the wrong way and find yourself feeling a little depressed, anxious, and what have you. You can be struggling with something as serious as alopecia or any other health understandings or grief, the loss of a loved one. So I think that if we can normalize the conversation around mental health and have leaders such as myself at the forefront to make sure that we're getting resources where they belong, then we won't see what we see now, which is a Department of Behavioral Health that's not really addressing the mental health. And you don't have to take my word for it. You just walk the streets of DC every day and you'll see what we're dealing with. But yeah, I believe that in order for us to have what we need in our schools, because the schools fall directly under the mayor, we must hold the mayor accountable.
Can you speak to the mental health issues as well?
Hello everyone, my name is Ms. Kenan Ross and I am a licensed social worker. And I'm born and raised in Washington, D.C. in Ward 5. And I have at least 20 years of experience working with D.C. government. My last position was with the Department of Behavioral Health, who you just talked about. And it's such a disservice.
Isn't it a disservice? Yeah, I heard you.
And it's quite heartbreaking. The last community that I worked, I started out with the encampments in DC, and we cleaned those out. You know, they were living in shelters. The mayor, I must applaud her, she did give over 2,500 vouchers to those people that were living in encampments. But the problem is that the people don't understand life skills. They don't know how to write a check. They don't know how to get a money. They don't understand that they need to pay 30% of their income for their rent portion. So, like you talked about rapid rehousing. Rapid rehousing is a total disservice because you only get that free rent for 1 year and then you're required to pay market rent. $2,000 and $3,000 a month and you make $17 an hour. How is that possible?
Talk it. Yeah,
you know, but people are excited. You know, when I'm working with them and I'm telling them, when you really need to look for an apartment that you can afford, but they're telling them, I can give you a brand new apartment that has all the amenities, that has the pool on the roof, and it's free for 1 year. They can't see that at some point that's going to end and I need to pay.
It's the carrot. It's the carrot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very troubling. The other issue that I want to talk about is our seniors. Our seniors are out there as well.
Yep.
Suffering. You know, so the Department of Behavioral Health is run, what word would I use? It's not us. It's not us. You know, and so African Americans, if we want to help our people, we need to get back in this work
Positions, yes.
We need to get in social service and we need to help our people. Because we have a culture now that is dominating that industry that don't even believe in mental health.
They don't even believe in it.
They don't even know how to help our people. They haven't been where we've been. And they're not going where we're going. It's about money for them. It's a lucrative business. So I just wanted to just talk about that and just talk about what Shawn and I are doing is what I want to bring to the community. I want to bring my agency is called Family, Faith, Love, and Wellness. And I want to work over in Ward 8. And I want to bring the families back together. Our families are broken.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And I want to let women know that we can recover. But we need to support each other.
Absolutely.
You know, we got a lot of, in our community, we don't help each other.
Already, yeah.
And that's why the other folks are able to sustain in industries because they help each other. We don't pay each other back. We do not pass it on. we get our stuff and we go on about our business.
Yeah.
But in order for this to work in DC, I want to say to you, Dr. Hamilton, that we have to be mindful that we need to bring everyone together. I like what you said.
Absolutely.
Bring us together.
Reunification.
Reunification.
Yes. And I'm going to piggyback. Thank you so much for what you're doing, because it is definitely not the type of work that you can really be successful in if you're not authentic. Because crisis means something different for everyone, and it's a personal journey, as I tell folks. But the truth of the matter is, what you're speaking on, I wish I could say it was just in our mental health system. I can give you a story about the DC public school system and something called Relay Gate, where folks have come in from the outside with these agendas. It's important that we remember we are the nation's seat of government. When we don't get involved in politics, people come and take the money and do with it as they will. And something as important as our housing, as our mental health, as our educational systems, as our jobs opportunities, all of that is impacted when we're not at the table. But oftentimes we say, oh, I don't do politics. Well, I just asked the question. You may not do politics, but are you tired of politics doing you? So the mayor giving 2,500 vouchers is a noble thing, but the reality is a pattern of behavior I speak to, because it's not personal, but as a mental health advocate, we watch behavior. Yes. And the behavior has been is that this gentrification is so rampant and so planned that I don't think that is by mistake that we have so many people being pushed out of the system, especially if rapid rehousing is what it is, and we know that many families are not going to be prepared after those 16 months are up, then they're going to most likely end up out of the system. Yeah. There's something called a federal city council, which our former mayor, Anthony Williams, heads, and his plan for DC was not for folks that came up from communities that look like you and I. And that's why we have to be involved in politics. And so as a mental health advocate, I couldn't do it for 20 years. I didn't plan to do it 10 years. You know, I came on for 3 careers, but the reality was, it broke my heart to see so many of us left behind, but then also so many of us not educated. And so what I realized is that if we didn't see somebody real, somebody that we can trust, then 9 times out of 10 weren't going to have the conversation. And it's time for that to end. We have to fight for our children and do something that we weren't willing to do for ourselves. And that's what my candidacy is about. Rip the Band-Aids off and let's have the conversation. No one gets accolades when we watch all these families that are suffering. East of that river, you keep mentioning Ward 8 as you should, Ward 7 as well, Ward 5, even in Ward 3. We have an 81 times wealth gap, and in pockets of those areas, those citizens are always saying to me, Dr. Hamilton, please make it clear we're struggling up here too. And so it's important that we realize that politics in our town have worked to divide us. The truth of the matter is there's a dignity in suffering that our government has not been accountable to.
And I just wanted to add one other thing, that even though those vouchers are available, you know, we have, say you have 10 units with 80 units. The district is only giving 2% to the voucher. So how many people is that?
Exactly. But then not only that, let's go back and let's talk about the fact that DCHA, the very agency that oversees our voucher process for the most part, they have 3 policing agencies on their door, and this comes from their director. FBI, Office of Inspector General, Office of Attorney General. Yeah. Now, why would FBI need to be on the doorstep of our housing agency? Because they can investigate. Because they've been taking that money, they've been steering those contracts, and we haven't provided the proper management of our assets. And so when I look at it, and I don't look at it often, when I look at our mayor talking about she's looking over her career, well, I hope that she's going to realize that this 81 times wealth gap and the failure of so many families and so many mothers who have buried their children on her watch, that's her legacy too. So I would hope that she would realize that while it's great to have stadiums built, it's not okay to ravish and tear apart families.
Come on, that's right.
Well, I also leave with saying that I'm a product of the 80s, the crack epidemic, the city under siege. I lived through that. And now, you know, our young kids are living through another crack epidemic, and that is the fentanyl epidemic. And no one is talking about that.
That's right. They're not, and they're not even talking about the human sex trafficking that we have going on. They don't even realize that out of 50 states and 2 territories, we number 13 roughly on the list of cities with human trafficking. And so there's a lot by design that we don't understand, and that's why we have to get involved with the politics. And so I get it. Trust has been eroded in our communities, and so we just don't believe these politicians. I get it, but I would hope that you would recognize that I'm Dr. Hamilton. I'm a mental health advocate who became a politician because enough is enough.
Okay, one more question.
One more question.
I have two quick questions. So someone in the audience wanted to know, what were your plans as far as women that are incarcerated, you know, trying to come home? There's only one halfway house for women.
Yes.
What do you plan to do about that?
We got to settle this issue of not having a halfway house once and for all. Shout out to all of my incarcerated citizens, especially my women. My campaign manager is an incarcerated citizen, and he's going to have a story to tell. But he was intentionally selected because I didn't want my incarcerated folks to think that they weren't on my mind.
Okay.
We are in a city with so many problems, but the truth of the matter is we've got to solve the issue of not having a halfway house here. And I'll be honest with you, I believe that our folks in the community, they have watched our government fail so many times, and they've watched the breakdown of resources in the community and maybe an influx of crime, but that comes with not managing your affairs properly. DC citizens should absolutely have a halfway house. We should not have our citizens racing here from Baltimore and then racing back trying to figure out what they're going to do so that they're not violated. It's just too much stress. It's just too much anxiety. Many of them are depressed, and I hear them. Morga is one of those agencies that the city's running, and it will be audited because I refuse to believe that we would have so many assets and not be able to take care of all of our citizens, to include our returned citizens.
Let them know.
Yes.
Dr.
So
Hamilton, tell them to get their books together.
I heard it first right here on the Ladies of Chyna'Pink Talk Show. Dr. Rhonda Hamilton, let us know what's going on. We so appreciate you returning to the show. And once you become mayor, we want you back on the show.
Absolutely. I would love to have you.
Appreciate you so much for taking time out today to come and talk to us.
No problem. I love speaking with you all, and I love your audience because they are real, and I know that they're going to give us a lot of comments, and that's what I'm doing this for. And I appreciate you all for the visibility. Come back to the table, DC. A real one is in there.
It's very easy to remember. Rhonda Hamilton, the number 4, DC.com. Yes, that's very easy to remember.
And let me just say how beautiful you guys are. It is such an honor to be up here. The lady said that us women have to support one another. Our communities were built on the big mamas, and the baton has been passed. We are today's big mamas. Even though it's up to us to come back here and save our city and our communities. So thank you for what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much. Don't go nowhere. So we gonna pass the baton to Miss Shawn to talk about what you dropping today. Tell our audience what you dropped today, and also please let our audience know how they can contact you to be their hairstylist, because you are one of the first hairstylists actually that been in business for, I want to say, at least over 30 years. I know I was a young girl when you was doing hair. And also, I'm very proud of you for stepping up to the plate, becoming the alopecia specialist. You know, a lot of us as Black women, we do lose our hair in the front.
My mother lost her whole head. My mother's bald.
You can lose your hair just by weave alone. So Shawn, you got the mic, and also Kenny. Okay, I got it right. Kenny.
Okay.
K is much better. Our mental health expert. So can you guys talk about what you guys are offering?
So hi, my name is Shawn Bradley, and I am the owner of the Hair Therapy Lounge and also the Hair Therapy and Trichology Clinic, and also the Resource Center, where my shop on 6th and Chesapeake, we do a lot of resource. I give back to the community, so I need to see you there. Yes. So I done a lot for that community, which that's not my community, but I have a business there, and the people really need me. They need me, and I'm there. So today what I'm doing is I'm dropping that I have made custom units, and also Kenneth is my
Mental health. I am the mental health person. And so what happens is women lose. What happens is, as women, when you have a hair loss, if you go through a loss, that's a loss.
Yes.
That's a very major loss.
Absolutely.
And it messes with your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence. So what I would bring to that is group sessions where you would be able to, a group of women getting together who are experiencing hair loss and just talking about it, processing through it. A safe place, a place where you can be honest about what's really going on with you and how that is affecting you. And also work on your self-esteem and your confidence, because we are enough and we are worthy.
That's right. Can I ask you a question? Is because like I said, my mother has alopecia. She's completely bald. She's been that way for almost like 8 years now. It was mind blowing for her, but she looks beautiful with the bald head. Is it hereditary? Because I don't know if I can be strong.
Yeah, it can be. Yes, it can be. That's one of the part of the alopecia. So yes, it can be.
Help me. I'm gonna need the mental health. I'm gonna need the mental health. Yes.
Yeah, it really can be, but I do want you all to understand it's just not in women. It's also men, and it's also children. I had a young boy come see me. He was about 9'8", and he has alopecia, and he was bullied. He had been getting bullied in school, So just don't look at it as only women can get it. Everyone can get it, and you can get it several ways. It could be high blood pressure. It could be your high blood pressure.
Yeah, I realize that. But let me ask you this. I've been working in healthcare for years, and in order for most health plans do not cover wigs. Sometimes they can send in medical records, and if it's medically necessary, they will go ahead and approve it. But it's a lot of hoops you gotta go through. And in our low income communities, when they're on Medicaid, they absolutely are not getting a wig. What can people do to get their wigs or their help for alopecia through their insurance companies?
Okay, so with that being said, I'm trying to work with a dermatologist that can help me with that situation. Being though I'm in a low poverty facility, that's where my shop is, I work according to their income. I'm just like housing.
Oh my God, that's amazing. You gotta hear that? Wait, that is huge.
Like housing. I'm going to work according to your income. Okay?
Oh my God, that's so, wait a minute, you deserve so many claps, so many blessings, and so many thank yous tonight. Because that is absolutely amazing. So you be so selfless and not worried about the money, because wigs these days is $500 or better. That's what I'm saying, $500 or better. And you're actually saying, but this is all you can afford, and I'll go with that. That is huge. Thank you.
And so the other piece is, I just wanted to say something. The other piece is, because it's a mental health as well, that insurance will pay for it. And that is why we're collaborating together, as case management, and work together with the client to get the services that client needs.
Now, this is also for not just alopecia, but like cancer patients.
Getting out of hair, stuff like, everything that goes under,
medically diagnosed.
Yeah. So, let me say this. There's a lot of women that I have dealt with since I came out of the class, which I went to P2P. Thank you, Miss Suzette Robinson, the best teacher ever. But women have came in there and cried. I'm sure. To the point they didn't even want to take their hats off. And it was just me and them and me. And they said, I'm so embarrassed. So it's a lot goes with that, being embarrassed, being scared. Don't want to take, don't want to take your hat off to show me your crown. To me, that's your crown. And when you walk out of there, I'm going to still have the crown, because I'm going to have you again. So
when women come in here that are embarrassed, is there like a private room that you will have for them to come in?
Yes, she will even take you on a day that she don't even work.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
So
And
also,
she does have a private space just for her alopecia.
okay. Also, when it comes to the health insurance, how is that billed to the health insurance? Like, I never heard of health insurance actually paying for someone.
What's the procedure code that they have to build?
Yeah,
but these
so
ladies
there
are
is,
doing the
so
work.
this is already being done as far as.
Well, let me tell you,
But they have to
I am a
doing
client
the
of
work.
hers. I am a client of hers. I have alopecia and I have FSA.
Okay.
You know, through the government.
Yeah.
And Shawn takes my payments. They pay for my hair. I've been getting my hair done for over 2 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
With my FSA credit card.
That's right.
And so we're working together to collaborate so we can take Medicaid. We're trying to get these Medicaid. We're trying to get we're connecting with Kaiser. You know, because Kaiser gives vouchers for cancer patients.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Up to $1,000. Up to $1,000.
Y'all educating our people today.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is collaborate with a dermatologist.
Okay.
Because that's gonna make it greater.
What Shawn does, she needs a medical provider to assist her, and he would send those patients, we would send them to him, and he would be able to write that diagnosis, and then the insurance will pay for the service.
Or even DMV providers.
Yes.
Or even DMV providers too. If you all can get a DMV provider, it's a real good one on Florida Avenue. He may help y'all. He's been in business for a long time.
Yes.
If you can get with them too, they can also write the script to help. You know. But the point is, Maya, they're doing the work so that it's not so hard. Because like I told you, I've seen these medical records. You got to go through flips, hoops, to prove this, that, pictures, everything in the world just to prove that this is medically diagnosed. I need it.
It's not, let me say this, it's not easy, it's very hard. It took me a long time, I cried, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So it's not where you just gonna say, boom, I'm gonna take you on your health insurance and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get, no, it's not that easy. It's not, it's a lot that you have to go through. It's a lot that you have to do. It's not an easy process. It's not.
And that's why I thank you so much for what you're doing. Did you always dream of being a hairstylist, or did you have other dreams when you were little and you just fell into this?
I always wanted to do, I'll be a hairstylist. I've been a hairstylist since 1986. Now I'm telling my age.
I told y'all I was over 38, and I was born in 78. I knew I wasn't lying. But what I wanted to really give you your accolades about is Shawn, that for real, y'all, this is the most giving person in DC area. You hear me? She will literally give you the jacket off her back right now.
I'll give it to me then. I want it.
I promise y'all, she is the most giving person ever. Like, she's not lying. She has book bag drives. She literally has food in her shop that she just sells, just give, and I say, I'm sorry, give to the community. Like, I've never been to a shop where though they got the wine lined up, the chips lined up, the hot dogs, the hamburgers lined up, even the ketchup and mustard. And she got it all on, just like it was in the candy. Look, she said, we're the shop on Chesapeake Street, the only hair salon on Chesapeake Street Southeast. Oh, I'm not gonna forget about Patty said the fried fish too. She's definitely gonna have a whole meal for you. And let me tell you, I'm very impatient, and you know me. This is one hair salon that I can sit at for 8 hours. This is the only hair salon I'm gonna sit at 5 hours. You hear me? So yeah, I definitely want to give you accolades because those who don't know, like, she's the most caring and giving person there is. So definitely make sure, show
and land on the It looks so natural. Yeah.
I love my clientele that I have, and oh my God, I'm the grandmothers, the mothers, the kids, the grandkids. So
The village.
I'm on the village. There you go. I'm on the village. I don't know. Sometimes I keep saying I'm gonna retire, but I know I can't retire. Because every time I tell them I'm gonna retire, they tell me, "Oh, well, if you just sitting between your legs at your house, what you gonna be doing out here?"
Because I'll be right over there too.
So no, I am thankful for you all, Chyna'Pink show, for allowing me to come on. Michelle, you ready for the tour? We either gonna drop tours because we're gonna go from city to city.
Yes.
And we're gonna teach classes. Michelle, I'm just gonna be the one teaching the classes.
Okay, Michelle, you want to teach the classes, man?
Yes.
But I've known Michelle for a long time. She worked at my sister's shop for a very long time and learned a lot there, and to see you blossom and grow is amazing.
This
but
tea
you
for me,
really
though.
started from the bottom and you hit.
Well, this tea for me, because we work together with the kids in the youth facility, so yes.
And still there.
Okay.
And still there.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
I know you all think I'm crazy, but to know that you would actually allow people to get these wigs based on their income, and I know you can't do it all the time, but the fact that it's even an option, that just warms my heart.
Yeah.
Big time. Thank you so much.
And you know what? I just noticed something. The incarcerated lives matter. I love that. I'm just saying that on the back of the jacket. That's what's up. He came through with that joint. He like, yeah, the incarcerated lives matter too. And the black lives. Yes, yes. So thank you all for joining us today. We so appreciate you all. Audience, please make sure y'all follow them, go to their websites. And we will see Dr. Rhonda Hamilton back on our platform once she becomes mayor.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
Rhonda Hamilton 4, the number 4, DC.com.
Yes, we rooting for you. We rooting for you big time over here. We your biggest cheerleaders, know that.
And the promo that we did last time.
Yes.
Yes. We definitely gonna do that before we leave tonight, know that. So yes, we got the second half of the show with Miss Pat, GoGo award-winning female artist, Miss Pat Lewis in the building. We also got Stompdogg in the building, Larry Stompdogg. Okay, but Swan not part of the cast today. He's just supporting today. We so appreciate Swan for supporting. Because he corrected me today. He said, China, you know, you got February 22nd on there. Make that the 23rd. Correct that. And I appreciate that correction. I stand corrected. Thank you so much. So, yeah, so we can get Miss Pam Ward up here. And we can get Stompdogg out. We're not going to take no break. We're going to keep pushing through because we on time right now. But ladies, please stick around so we can make sure we get a picture with y'all. We're going to have our next guest come up. Please stick around.
Thank you.
We thank y'all so much. Usually we have a little break. Yes.
I wish I could sing because I was singing during the break. I'd be like, ooh, la, 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 la,
See, you can't play like a little 30 seconds or something while they're coming up, but we're not going to get up and take no break. Anybody need to take a break, that's fine, but we got to keep pushing. So, yes, well, look, Pam is already up here, so maybe you want to I was telling him to drop something, but I don't know, Pam made her legs, so I don't think we need too much of no music. Okay, yes, congratulations, Pam. Yes, we got Stompdogg Vogue in the house, 18, NEG, big bag NEG. So, see, this is my little camera. Don't pay attention to my little face. That's a real camera.
Okay, gotcha.
So now we are back with, like I said, the Go-Go Award winner female artist, Miss Pam Moore. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yes.
I finally made it.
Okay. So, stop. I'm going to give you a mic too, so you can get a chance to chat on both of y'all. We can go back and forth with y'all. Two mics down here? No, it's all one. It's two of you. We can go and share.
I gotta give you.
So, Tam, tell us a little bit about yourself. So, I was able to see you recently on Friday, one live, at a private party.
Yeah.
And so I saw you and Denise on the mic.
Yeah.
And so, can you tell me, so I just knew Push Play only. So, can you tell me, do you have another band outside of Push Play? Or tell us a little bit? Okay, yes. Yes, but I want to know. Yes, ma'am.
So I am a native Washingtonian, born and raised in DC public schools, and so I started with Let It Flow, in Go-Go, that is. Started with Let It Flow, and that's what Let It Flow for nearly 20 years, until this year when Mingle decided not to do that anymore. I started with Push Play from the beginning, so I'm one of the original members, myself, Donnell, and Lonnie Mae. We started actually in December of 2019. And we started, just in the studio practicing stuff to come out in 2020, but we all know what happened in 2020. So, so everything got canceled. We couldn't really, break out like we wanted to. And we started as an R&B band, because as you know, and most people are talking about now, again, Donnell did retire. Yeah.
I love now versus then.
Yes. Yes. So Donnell Floyd did retire, and he meant it. He really did. He retired in 2019, but he really wanted to pick up his horn, play a little more music. We started as more of an R&B thing, like a party R&B. And then I guess, people kept pushing, kept asking for Locket, asking for, all his famous songs. Right. And, so we kind of turned the corner. We, moved into that. And he knows that I probably would have never started it with him, because I would have never done another competing go-go band. But since Let It Flow was no more, then we were free to, he was free to move the way he would have moved that way anyway. But anyway, but yes, I'm with Push Play. I also have a funk R&B trio, 3 women, it's 3 of us called.
That's on Friday?
No, so that's called Pink Polish. We do like jazz festivals, things like that.
The versatility of your normal people.
No, actually, I was blessed to get a call. I get calls sometimes to fill in, with people and to do some things. So she called me. She and another young lady, Deanna Hawkins.
Oh, I love Deanna Hawkins.
Yes,
We went to high school together.
Really?
She got into school up there performing. Oh, look at that.
We go down the conversation just to a minimum, so we can make sure we hear our guests. Just to a minimum, please, and thank you. Okay.
All right. I don't think they listen.
Shut up!
Excuse me, everybody. We're doing a podcast here. So we Kamisha called me, and Deanna also, who I just worked with Deanna because she went with me on the Soul Train cruise.
Okay.
She was my accompaniment for the Soul Train cruise, but I've worked with Deanna before with Record Entertainment. I do a lot of tribute shows also, so like Motown, stuff like that too.
Nice.
Aretha Franklin. So I do things on my own. I've been doing that for years, even prior to being with Let It Flow.
Okay.
But right now it's Pink Polish, Push Play, and then just me, myself, as my own entity.
So can you tell our audience how can they book Pink Polish? I love that name.
Yes.
First of all, pink is my favorite color.
Exactly.
And Pink Polish is so cute.
Yeah, so Pink Polish. Pink Polish, so our platform of choice also is breast cancer, because we've all been affected personally or in our families with breast cancer, so that is our platform of choice. So we give back to breast cancer. And we push breast cancer awareness, so that was the choice for Pink, and also it's very feminine, of course. Polish, though it sounds like just like your nail polish, but it's P-A-L-I-S-H.
So you can find us on all social media platforms. We do have a single. That's
What's the single?
It's called Do What I Gotta Do. It's old. It's been out there, but it's on YouTube. You can find it there or any other platform. CD Baby, you can purchase it if you want to. You can listen to it for free on YouTube. But PALISH, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, any of that. And also info@pinkpolish.com is our website. So you can book us. We just got a booking. We will be, for the last few years, we've been doing a lot of events at the Wharf, at the DC Wharf. So we will be a part of their Bloomer Room, which is their Cherry Blossom Festival, again this year. And we're also working out now to be one of the artists for their Rock the Dock series that they usually do. I think they're doing on Fridays now.
That's why she won.
I always forget.
Yes, make sure you post this stuff, because I follow you and I want to make sure I
Yes.
support. I actually was just at the Howard Theater the other day. You were playing.
Okay.
You was playing on that mic. You weren't playing no game. That voice is everything.
Thank you, Logan. Bless God. I can't claim it for myself.
So is it hereditary? Like, where did you get this voice from?
Well, you know what? I found out later in life that it really was. My mother said I've been singing since a little girl, probably since I came out of the womb, but not until my father passed in 2019 that I found out from my uncle, because we didn't have a super close relationship growing up. So I found out that my father sings. My father's mother played piano and sang.
Wow.
And I found this out from my aunties, later on. And then with my mother's brothers and sisters, they're all very musical. My grandfather was a pastor. He was a sing as well. And my aunts and uncles who live in Michigan, they grew up in Michigan, all played instruments and had a gospel group also growing up. So I found out later in life that it was hereditary.
I have a question. What was the feeling when they said that you had won?
Girl, it was exciting. It was exciting for me. To be honest with you, I had been nominated before with some of the same incredible women in that category. And usually it goes to one of them. So that's what I was expecting again. I actually was talking to my son when they called my name, and this whole turn of events happened. I was like, what? So you see me come in, like, this was really genuine, like, oh my goodness, my name was called. And then also, thinking back on it, to be nominated and voted in by the people is what really matters.
Yes. Yep. I'm so happy that you got it.
Thank you.
Looking at how widespread your expertise is, doing so many different things with so many different people. I just feel like it was so well deserved. So congratulations.
Thank you, and bless you for that.
And I literally lost my voice screaming because I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
And like Lisa said, it's amazing for you to tell the young folks coming up. You have Chyna'Pink, you have all these young girls in GoGo, and you name all the different projects that you do, even outside of GoGo. So that's very inspiring. But with that being said, how do you handle your rest time with so many gigs all the time?
Girl. well, now it's a little bit easier. I actually am now a full-time artist. I just left my job of 18, 19 years. Finally, for the first time in my life, I'm a full-time artist. I left my job in July of 2023, and it has been, I can only say, like, my word has been faithful, grateful. Faithful, grateful, blessed. Because I can't call it any other way. And God has really, really provided. God has provided. Because I didn't know how I was going to do it. I've never done this before. I didn't know how I was going to do it. And I'm figuring it out as I go along, how to do it as a, like a real business. I always did it part-time. Sorry, my eyes are watering so much. I always did it part-time, but didn't know what it was like full-time. And kind of scared. But my boys are older. They decided what they wanted to do and what they didn't want to do. And I was like, well, you know what? I ain't got really mother that much no more. They're 22, going on 23. And I can do me. And my husband and my mother-in-law, everybody has been really supportive over the years and actually pushed me. My husband was like, you can do this. And I didn't just jump out there and do it. We prayed about it. I asked him, if I leave work, can you handle some of the, load of the other things that I normally do? And he was like, yeah. totally believe in me, even before I believe in myself.
God said your gifts will make room for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me tell you, me, myself, and this young lady on the end, we were at our jobs for over 20 years, over 21, 22 years. We both got the package between last year and this year. And let me tell you, it's been the best gift that's been given to me. Because you're right. You're scared. Because you're like, okay, this is job security. This is somewhere I've been, and I know what I'm making every 2 weeks at this job for all these years.
So I know I can pay this car note. I know I can do this.
But let me tell you what God has done. Since then, He's opened 1,000,000 trillion doors.
Talk about
so
it.
keep pushing.
Talk about
because
it.
those doors will continue to open.
Yes.
And I don't regret anything.
Not one thing.
You know, I feel like some of us need that push. I was one of the people that needed the push because I was there for comfort. I was there because I knew that I could tell a word. I knew that I could sustain my other things that I had going on outside of the job. But now I can sustain even more. I can do even more on my own terms. Not clocking in for nobody else. No shade to nobody. Look, it takes time to get here. I was already prepared though mentally. I didn't know it was coming, but I knew that one day it would be my time.
I cannot imagine. So I'm really glad that y'all are having this conversation. Because my first love is acting. Oh, it always will be. But I cannot imagine not having my
That is your gift. That is your gift.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
I am afraid. So I'm glad y'all are
I
having
could
this
say
conversation.
from personal experience, this woman right here is amazing. And to
Girl,
watch
it's
her
not-
work.
It's
Just
no.
and that's why you surround yourself with people like this and help you with the journey. But another thing I wanted to say, Pam, when I met you, a lot of times, and we talked about it even today, when people are from DC, they think they can, well, we put this thing out there that we need to see people who look like us who talk like that.
Yeah.
You don't talk like
No.
a normal DC person, right? You know what I mean? Wait. And I love how intelligent you speak.
Thank you.
And how, and I want more girls, you know, in DC to know you don't have to be, you don't have to talk like you're from the hood. You don't have to have, you know, the hood ghetto flair.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So how was that instilled in you? Was it instilled in you?
Well, first of all,
how did it happen?
Mommy, Janet Bailey, she didn't play that number one. Yes, she didn't play it. So it was like you were going to speak a certain kind of way, and I was a little nerd in school too. So I paid it. I used to read the dictionary, y'all. Like seriously, I used to read the dictionary. But I love reading, so anything I can get my hands on, and I can adapt. I'm like that, and then also shout out to Howard University because So it was even there. People used to call us the locals, right? And they would forget in circles that I was there. And then when they were like, trying to talk down about locals, I was like, what you mean? What you mean? I forgot Pam is a local. But they forget because they thought I was from like Connecticut or Philly or something like that. I was like, no, I am in DC, born and raised. Marshall Hospital Center, born, raised, DC public schools the entire time for my education. But I don't know, it's just something that I wanted for myself. I didn't want to be your normal, I pride myself on not being the norm or like everybody else. I'd rather be different.
So y'all, we're going to jump around back and forth from Larry at Stompdogg. Stompdogg. What's going on with Stompdogg?
Same old.
Same old. No, I ain't no saying. Stomp been on the news multiple times recently. Stomp is leading the 18. Oh, that's the All-Star band. If y'all don't know who the 18 is. Also, Stomp managed and helped run the Big Bag MEG Northeast Brewers that's been around, legendary for decades. So Stomp, share some things about the 18 with our audience. Let us know what y'all got lined up. Let our audience know anything that you want to share. And y'all can be pleased in the audience, keep it down just a little bit so we are able to hear our guests, please, and thank you.
For the 18, we got a few shows coming up back down at the GoGo Museum. Also, we're doing live band gospel karaoke start back up on, I think that's April. So, but that's gospel though, straight just gospel. But live band gospel karaoke. That's gonna start back up soon. And we wait for the next brunch to be coming up that we're supposed to be on. So that's going to be something special. Other than that, 18 just in the lab working.
Okay. So can you tell us, how did you come up with the idea for the 18? And how did you select the members that you wanted part of the 18?
What's the 18?
So the 18 was...
So basically, they kind of like the back band for different features. So like the other day when I went to go see them, they had like all the classics, you know, the Black Boo, who do Welcome to DC, and the UCB, and then, you know, all kind of all-star game. I'm talking you all-star game at the NBA. Somebody from different bands, and they do. That is a great idea. That's a great idea. Wait a minute, how did you even think of that?
So the 18 was really put together to be a backing band for national artists. That's how we started. Back in Jagged Edge, Carl Thomas, Kiki Wise, P. Wine, Payne. We did a whole lot of different like national artists. Then one day, Nick the bass called me and said, "Stomp, my band backed out. Can you put a band?" I said, "Yeah, I got a band for you." So then our first show was with Wincy, Danny Lalore, Rapper, and Killer Kyle. Our very first show at the State Theater of our Falls Church, Virginia. That was our very first show. Then after that, it just caught on, and then we just started doing shows.
Oh wait, you were with Patty LaBelle at UT?
Yes.
Yes, I remember. You sang this boy.
So we started at 18 in 2010. 2010, while we was all in the mixed band together. Okay. So that's how the 18 started.
Nice, nice. I can tell y'all the 18 be pranking live. I really enjoy always. Yes, and they were the house band for the Go-Go.
Thank you.
So, okay, so have you all thought about having any permanent features as far as y'all want to just keep it the way it is?
So, Jonas Show is definitely the main vocalist all the time.
And he's the bomb.
Yeah, that's the main guy for us. Sometimes you said maybe Pam did a couple times for Pam, Damila, Guitar, Sweet Dame, Tabria. I mean, the list goes on. So everybody has played with us. There's nobody in Go that hasn't played with us. Right. From Bear, Floyd played with us before. Mary goes before. So I mean, it's been some people that came through, but our main band is just the background. That's the main band.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about NEG too. You know, that's my band right there now, right? So I grew up over NEG, but I was too young to get in. But everybody from my neighborhood used to go see NEG, and I used to have to hear about all the stories about them fighting in the club and all of that. So now I get to go see NEG. And y'all only play like once a month now, which is very disheartening for me. I'm impressed to hear NEG now.
I think that once you get to a certain age, you have to understand your crowd. And me, I'm never doing a weekly show ever again for as long as I did. I'll tell you that right now. Never. Because my life is so different. Like me, I travel a lot. So me sitting around here, I'm sorry. I got houses in many public, so I go stay at my houses. I'm not gonna be
That's right.
With the palm trees and stuff like that. I ain't got time for that. So it's like sometimes you gotta understand, you have to like, grow up and do different things. So it's like me, I'm never gonna play with the show ever again. For me to do a weekly show, it gotta be some serious money involved. Because I took cars that night, and nobody paid more than what I make on cars. So we paying for a band weekly. I mean, I'm not kidding with y'all.
No, say not at all.
Do what y'all do.
But even on top of that,
my two jobs I do, I just can't, like, I'm post up at daytime, I'm tow truck up at night. That's my job.
But even beyond that, your legacy, your ideas, the work you put in, how long you've been in the game, that alone is enough to say, if the price isn't right, I can't do it. That's what you're supposed to do when you reach your level of success.
I've been playing, I probably shouldn't say this, but I was in the Metro Club when I was like in the 6th grade. So, I was in the actually 909 spot when I was in the 5th grade. I was in Barnett when I was in the 5th grade. So I was able to sneak out the house to go play. That's just what I did because I love what I was doing. I was like, I gotta meet later. But I'm going outside. I'm out of here. So it's just the thing that you did back then to get to where I am now. I joined No Feast when I was a senior up in high school, 96. So that was like a different level.
Just to think about what you said, I remember going to Churry's at 12 years old for $5, right? Because that was my Atlantic Street thing that I did outside of Murray Church, Terrell, and Highland when they would play up there. So I can relate to going young. So tell me, what are your, because I see right now you have a good work-life balance. Like you already know what you want, you know what you want to do. But talk about the 50 years of GoGo and how are we going to get our youth re-engaged in GoGo so that the legacy doesn't die? Have you thought about maybe probably trying to get together a cohort or something to kind of pull the youth in? Because at some point, if it don't pay it forward, it would dwindle because they're into this new age YouTube rap stuff. Like, I can't understand what they're saying, but I'm just, I just feel like it should be more youth involved in our culture, which GoGo is our culture of music, so that it could continue, legacy continue somehow.
Well, for starters, they took it out to schools. Yeah. But when I was in school, the side-by-side band, so when the side band, I was bad at school, but when the side-by-side band was coming, I was good that whole week, because I wanted to see the side-by-side band. So, if you understand, in DC, that was like our GoGo. We couldn't go at that time. So, like for me, with like all the younger kids, like my son play now. So it's like now, he's the next generation to me, and all the guys he hang around. So I kind of just help them, and I guess I'm an OG now. Because all the guys like No Pressures and T.O.B. they call me OG, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm an OG now. I ain't that old, but I guess I'm an OG. So, but I really think that the music not being up in the schools, that's the problem. Yeah. That's the main, and like block parties gone too. Like there's like the whole block party is gone. All is gone. So you don't really have like a whole outlet to just showcase your talents.
We got to know your candidate that we could probably talk to her about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, her. Okay, because GoGo matters.
Yes.
You said the back to school and out of school movies too.
Yeah.
So stop. You mentioned that you've been playing since 5th grade. Because my next question is going to ask you how long you've been playing the drums and how did you learn?
So I started at church.
Okay.
So my mama told me that I was only going to play for the I See Jesus band. I wasn't playing no GoGo. But then one day at a block party, I said, Mom, I'm going to walk to the store. I'm going to walk the long way because our band's ready to play. So I'm playing. And when I started walking, I said, you know what? I'm playing real hard because I'm in the house for a long time. But when I started playing, she was like, I didn't know that you was that good. I'm playing with like grown men. And I ain't get a beat. I ain't get in trouble. So after that, she kind of like let her hand go a little bit, but she was still like skeptical about it.
And you still to this day play for a church?
Yes, always. Yeah. I'm there every single year. Even out of town, I would fly back in and do my service, and then I'll leave back out. So that's just my thing. That's just, for me, church is an actual priority. It's not something I just do. Even when I was out for 4 months, when my service I was at church still every single Sunday. Even though I wasn't playing, I was there every single day. And I paid my tithes.
Okay.
I paid my tithes.
What church you go to?
Yes. Bright Day Ministries, 421 Ottoman Avenue, Southeast, one corner from my high school, Blue.
Okay.
The best in the land. So y'all know what it is.
So Stomp, can you tell us what should we be looking forward to for you for 2026, 2027? Also, where do you see GoGo in 5 years from now? So I got 2 questions.
For this year, 18, we got some stuff great drop. We have a new spin-off band from North Philly Rules. I can't really say what it is right now, but it's freaking crazy from North. North Philly album. North Philly album should be dropping finally.
Okay.
Also, I think I can say it now. One of the biggest shows about to drop. It should be dropping within the next couple of days. So this show is going to be some people's GoGoLive. Just understand that.
Can you tell us about it? Well, no, you can't speak
Nah,
about it.
I don't know if I can drop it yet. I'll find out. I'm going to text and find out if I can drop it. But I think I can because the contracts are already signed and sealed. I'm gonna find out. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with St. Louis. 18, we still just working lab work, just trying to figure it out.
The play.
Oh, the AG play. I'm gonna be in the AG play too.
So the AG play is also being worked on as well. It's a long process. We gotta make sure like the characters right, the people right. And I've been sitting on all of the actual auditions, and we got some good people. We got somebody that really look just like Smoke, like he walked. Like his whole demeanor is Smoke. And of course, my son came in to play me. Man, he kind of reacted me to a T. I was like, wow, I really act like that? That's crazy. But yeah, it's gonna be very good, interesting to see how it all play out. And they are doing the pool party scene, the one that we got in trouble for on Oprah Winfrey. So that will be a part of the play too. So.
And this is gonna be at the Bowie Performing Arts. And do we have the date scheduled for that, or?
No, they haven't dropped it yet because they're still in the midst of trying to put it all together.
Yeah, because I talked to Studio Nikki for a long time the other day. So yeah, she's still looking for people to fill roles. So make sure y'all reach out. Make sure y'all reach out to Studio.
I ain't heard about no damn audition.
The auditions are virtual right now, and with Studio Nikki. So make sure y'all follow the NEG page on Instagram because they've been posting the information that you need to be able to audition for the NEG play. Make sure you follow. Well, just follow Nofi's groups right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Just remind me.
And the next date for auditions is February 26th.
You just heard it, February 26th. That's this week.
StudioNikki.com. StudioNikki.com. Y'all go on there, y'all can have to go sign up right now.
You heard him, you heard him, StudioNikki.com.
Y'all go on there and sign up right now. And majority of the band will be on the call doing y'all auditions as well too.
Okay.
So do you do a cold reading? Do you come in with a monologue, or do you read from the script?
So you do whatever you feel. You just come in and just show them.
Oh, okay.
What you got?
You can tell me what's
That would be a great thing. Me, you, and Lisa on the same couch.
Who doing Sunshine and Juicy?
We got somebody for that. And they, yeah. See, the only part about that, we got to girls that like, you gotta understand what they were to Nofi's group. They were the dancers. And sometimes they dance a little differently. Like, differently. Like new. I'm gonna say new.
But you gotta show them. That's what character development is about, because they're not gonna know. They gotta do it. I played this back in the play. I had to do my research. I had to find out what the story was. How did she act? How did she look? How did she move? What was her mannerisms? So you just gotta give them that support so that they understand. Because they're coming in there with their perspective of what dancing for a go-go band is. But baby, we talk about the history and the legacy. So you gotta do character work. So give them that. Show them
a whole bag of DVDs with them. I got them covered up. Trust me.
I love that. And I love the fact that we are telling our stories.
Yes.
And it ties into what Lisa said. What are we going to do to make sure our youth and our young people understand the history of go-go so that it can continue to live? And this isn't a brand. Yeah.
So like for like years, me and like all of my drummers in go-go, we would go to like certain schools and just talk to the kids all the time.
That's the way.
There's a few clips up on YouTube now. If y'all go to look it up. One of them is Wooten High School, and that student was literally out in Montgomery County. It was amazing how them kids were just engaged, and it wasn't us. It was a room full of just white kids, and they were really asking some good questions. So you gotta go watch it. It was like a really good thing to see how engaged they were about our music. It was like a beautiful thing. So if y'all get a chance, just go watch that. Wooten High School.
Wooten High School, and that's on YouTube, you said?
Yes.
Okay, definitely. Nita, I want to give you a hot second to jump on the mic real quick to talk about, Miss Nita has a great event coming up, and I wanted to give her 5 minutes or so just to speak on her event. It's coming up in March, correct? Yes. Okay.
Nita, y'all know her from Fall. Daughters, when everybody was crying over DC Jones.
So Nita's coming back on the show so she can have a full interview. She just coming on today just to speak about her event. But before you do that, Nita, just please just introduce yourself and let the people know. Yeah, I was in Daughters on Netflix. It's still on there right now.
Hello everyone, my name is Janita. I was filming and they said everybody love. I hope everybody love. You seen that? The movie Daughters is with the documentary Daughters is currently on Netflix. Thank you. And I filmed in there. My daughter filmed in there. Now I work with great women that has been through a lot of things. So every year I do a brunch for women, and at this brunch, the women come sit, eat, drink, do all that, and I give you a show. And I also honor a few women that have done resilience work throughout the year and throughout their life to get to where they need to be. Me being a formerly incarcerated woman, I was raped half my life, I was molested half my life, and I went to jail half my life. And I came home, battled cancer, just beat cancer. Wow. Now I'm speaking up for the women that's still in silence, holding hurt, holding pain, to show that you can make it, you can get better, it is going to get better with time. You just have to don't rush it, because when you rush it, you're listening to other people and say, girl, get over it and it's going to be all right. But let it be all right for you and not for them. And I always say that once you start going through things, stop always saying, I forgave the person that hurt me or abused me and stuff like that. Can we start saying, I forgive myself first? Yes. Say, I love myself first. Yes. When you look at this mirror in the morning, you get dressed and you say, oh, you sexy. You always say, I love you too. And you can say your name. I love you, Nita. Every day, I say, I love you, Nita. So now I started an organization called Sisters for Life. And my organization is included my name. My name is Unita, UNITA. And my thing is Sisters for Life. So for me, my organization is You Need a Sister for Life.
Yes,
amen.
And so, and I'm saying about real sisters that's going to be there with you, for you, no judgment. Sisters that's going to be like, you know what? They're going to pull your coattail. They're going to be like, hey, regardless what we go through, we're going to go through together. But if you're wrong, sis, you're wrong. I'm going to still love you the same. And I know some of these ladies, Shawn, Chyna'Pink, even my girl Pam, that will be performing at my event. So everybody can vouch that. Once I said I was your sister, you always know that. I always give you a text, and I say, hey, how y'all doing? We ain't got to talk every day, but you will get some emoji, Shawn. You would definitely get a text saying, I tell my sisters I love them. I don't know what no one day is going through, and some of us have the worst days. Even men, I'm not saying that, but as women, we got to build ourselves up for you, Ken. And there's a lot of us holding on a lot of hurt and stuff, and bringing it to y'all, and then when we take it out on y'all. So I'm not trying to exclude you, Kings. I'm just saying sometimes we got to work on ourselves. And we need each other. So that was a word. I know. So, last but not least, this brunch is for 150 women. And again, these women are honored, and during this duration of their time, one thing I need these women to sit back while I give them a show. And yes, aren't they? They are pampered. Now let me bring that to life. While you women are sitting there, you never have to give up for any. You don't have to get up out your seat for anything.
But just to go to the restroom.
Just to go to the bathroom. I had men, you hear me, brothers, kings, come and serve you your food and your drinks the whole time you're sitting there at this brunch. You know. So I had them come serve you and everything. But the duration of the time of my brunch, it's going to be held in nowhere. I ain't got this stuff because my head been banging. It's March the 21st from 1 to 5. It's a women's brunch. The tickets are $50. That's included all your food, open bar, all the pictures, and entertainment. And you can reach me at 202-425-6421. If you will be interested to come see my girl Pam sing, she gonna blow it out. I can't tell you everybody that's on this platform, but you would love it. You don't want to miss this. And I want to say thank you, ladies, for having me on your show. Yeah, this is my second. Yeah, because last year we had it supposedly for when we honored Shawn by hair therapy. She had my hair looking. I can't wait. But long story short, again, Shawn was honored, and it was 400 women. And once I went on Fox 5, no, I apologize. Once I went on Live DC TV, 150 women showed up. So we had to get more chairs and stuff. So now this time, we're going to do it for 150 women. 200 don't show up because 150 is cut off. I'm not looking for another seat. I'm not opening another table. We got enough food for 150 and then a little bit more. But again, I hope you will come out and enjoy yourself. And thank you again for having me on your show.
We will be back to get your full interview. We got you for 722. But I thank you for coming today. I definitely want to give you a chance to be able to announce your brunch that you have coming up. And followers, audience, supporters, make sure y'all support Unita and her brunch on March 21st from 1 to 5, $50. All you can, is it all you can eat? All you can eat, all you can drink. Miss Pam Moore is performing. She has all that for the sake. All that for the sake. All that for the sake.
Even if you cannot attend, you can purchase a ticket for someone to attend.
Absolutely, yes. Definitely make sure y'all do that. We definitely got to support each other one way or another. Yeah. But y'all, today was a great show. We are coming to our time. Stomp, is there anything else you want to share with our audience? Pam, is there anything you want to share? Yes, please do. Please feel free. It's your time.
Saying that I can let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. All right. Unleash the dragon.
All right, y'all. So right here, this hasn't been announced yet. This
Hold
will
it
be
down for 1 second.
the first time being heard right here. Okay. On the Chyna'Pink show. It's going to be heard right here. First time ever. Okay. September the 6th. Go live. Well, not go live, but it's going to be everybody's party. Go live. Okay. So it's Red Essence, Junkyard, Backyard, and No Feast.
That's the way
the St. Charles Fairgrounds.
That's the way that's
yeah, it's Labor Wing weekend. Okay. But it's No Feast, Junkyard, Backyard, Red Essence, straight like that. Y'all know we'll be part of the house, about to be a part of the show. I'll be the part of everybody. I like everybody. But it's definitely going down. It's definitely going down. So I'm telling y'all now, get y'all tickets early because that price gonna be crazy. And see, I'm gonna have one shirt to say no guessing this. All right, so. Yeah, September the 6th.
Labor Way.
Yeah, I want a Sunday. St. Charles Fairground. Yes, and the tents are going on sale from what I hear Friday. The tents will on sale Friday. Yes. From what I just heard. So don't be up on the outside trying to look in. I'm telling you.
It's going down. The showdown is going down. I'm gonna be looking for you. Anything you want to share with our audience?
Yes, so next month is Women's History Month. Okay. And so to honor that, there are shows coming up. So on Wednesday, March 11th, I will be with Miss Kim Michelle at Sycamore Oak with her band. And then I also got a call today, so we're working it out. And I believe I can say it. March 14th, that Saturday, I'll be at Piano Keys with Miss Kendra. Doing shows for her. So look out for that, y'all, for Women's History Month. And make sure you celebrate. So Women's History Month is next month, and we'll be doing quite a few shows. And of course, my weeklies with Push Play at 1865 Restaurant. And we will postpone because of the weather, but this Sunday coming, we'll be right here mixing Mingle. Push Play. And also, I was talking about my producer, Pete Chapman, to say that we have music coming out next month.
Thursday, Mary Lou's.
Thursday at Mary Lou's also. So y'all look, check the schedule, Push Play, DC.
Saturday, St. Luke's.
Saturday at St. Luke's. So he goes telling me everything because I forget it. So Thursday at Mary Lou's, Friday 1865, which is a weekly, Saturday at St. Luke's, and Sunday right here at Mix and Mingle.
So all four of those shows back to back is push play.
Yes.
Push play. Y'all never already let them know on the mic. He already said this is push play.
Yes. And I'm just putting it out there. I'm looking for more, working more so with this man here because I love me some Stompdogg. Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to do no dances for us when ladies are trying to make sure. You like to dance like me.
No.
I ain't doing that today.
I don't have no cup water, so that's all cup water. That's all cup water.
Y'all can catch him at the next EDG show. I guarantee he might do a little dance for y'all. Make sure y'all come on out. Line up the dates though for EDG. March 14th, March 15th.
Yeah, so March the 14th, we out the some city, Oregon, something like that, Columbia, so I don't know. The 15th, we at Fast Eddie's with Back Out on the 15th. March 21st, our first show is at Diamond Lounge, a day party. Us and Miss Kim. And then that night we at Ivy City.
Oh, the smokehouse.
Ivy City, yeah.
And then it's my talk. And then Saturday, this Saturday coming, I'm playing with JYB. So I better try myself.
What day is it?
Saturday. I'll be there with St. Junkyard, man.
I'll get you. I'm coming out for JYB. So Pam, I've been trying to. Didn't ask you to sing for us, so I guess you're not gonna sing for us.
You can give us a little small though, okay? Just a little.
She on vocal rest. She on vocal rest.
So we'll take a pass if you want. Yeah, we will take a pass this time. But next time you come on the show, we need a Lord know.
Okay.
You gotta come back Shawn alone, because that's somebody on the spot. She like, you say.
Nico's her manager.
Wait a minute. Okay, I was like, Nico, you manager, Pam.
He claiming.
Okay, claim it. It might come.
You know.
You gotta claim stuff in existence. But y'all, thank y'all so much for coming out. Mix and Mingle, be love. I'll move home. Thank you so much for having us today. Mix and Mingle. Shout out to our DJ T for adjusting to our new spot today. Thank you, DJ T. Nice, aka Turn. GoGoLive, Nico, for rocking with us for years. I have to thank all my co-hosts that's here and that's not here today. I couldn't do this without y'all. We definitely want to run down the list real quick, run down the line real quick. Everybody let our audience know how they can find y'all, anything y'all want them to know. I'm going to go last because I got a few little small announcements before everybody go.
I am Maya. You can find me at London_Bridges and London Bridges Boutique on Instagram.
Pretty point blank.
I am Pinkaboo, your favorite famous Pinkaboo. Pink painter, whatever.
Painter.
Yeah.
She said something.
But you can find me at pinkaboo.artistry on Instagram, and you can find me at Pinkaboo on all platforms. It's everything pink.
Period.
All right, Pinkaboo.
It is your girl, Lisa Swanson, Canty, aka your famous next door realtor, city girl boss, and actress. And you can find me nowhere right now. No, I'm just kidding.
First agents.
Right, you can find me.
Just tell them to be on the ladies in the Chyna'Pink talk show on Instagram.
Yeah,
We'll make sure you get the message.
You can find me on their pages right now. Still Facebook, let me out of jail.
Put my girl in jail. On Facebook, I am under my real name. Don't talk to my sex. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just playing y'all. You can find me on Facebook under my real name, which is Kim Harris. I always say that I can't accept anybody else who has 5,000 people, but then last week they told me all these people follow me.
Yeah,
I looked at my page and guess what? It's about 4,000 people are following my page. So if you want to go on Facebook, you find me on my real name. But if you want to find me on Instagram, I'm under _ who gonna check because ain't nobody gonna check me. You can always find me right here at the Chyna'Pink show and anything that DC Black Broadway is doing. Thank you. Have a nice night. See you when we get back.
Y'all, I love y'all so much. I swear. I got the best co-hosts in the world. I wouldn't trade y'all for the world. Y'all, so my last announcement is March 15th. Make sure y'all come on out to the Big Bay, ADG, and BYB party at Fast Eddie's. I also, right after that, have a brunch, a karaoke / fashion show brunch. That's going to be March 22nd at the House of Soul. The tickets are $45. We have 10 birthdays we celebrating and 9 fashion models that's going to be a part of the fashion model segment that we have for the brunch. Whoever wins that fashion show segment will be casted on season 2 of D&D Iconic Dolls reality show. They will not have to audition. They will automatically be given a ticket if you win this fashion show. So make sure y'all come on out this brunch. People are here that was at that brunch. And what we saying about that brunch? There's a brunch to remember.
It was like that.
Every brunch that I've ever been. I'm not just saying that I sponsored the brunch. Me and Kirky, we sponsored the brunch. But y'all still can make sure y'all reach out to either one of us for tickets for this one. We don't have, I don't think, any sections left, but we do have tables left. And make sure y'all, I know my talk show will be
Yeah,
over.
we already know.
And yeah, I already know the salon is gonna be in the building. So anybody that wasn't there, make sure y'all come on out. And also, Pretty Girls Entertainment, we are back like hook crack. We got our pool party. We got our pool party coming up June 6th. So make sure y'all save that date, put that on your calendar. Also, check me out on Chyna'Pink Boutique, Chyna'Pink the Actress, the Chyna'Pink Show, and follow Pretty Girls Entertainment. We will be back here at Mix and Mingle. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I think I got 3 more things.
On Tubi in March.
Actually, I think I got 4 things.
Tubi in March. We're gonna be on Tubi in March.
Okay. So you could have said that because I don't know.
Tubi in March. Me and Chyna'Pink.
Yes. D&D Iconic Dolls is dropping. Come on. The wait is over. Yes, we coming through on TV, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. We will announce that on our next show. We will have another talk show before that drop. Also, this Wednesday, I am a host at Mary Lou's. Still Familiar is playing at 9. It's called Working Women Wednesday. Kiana, the owner of Mary Lou's, is trying to put together just something just for the women. Of course, males are invited, but as far as from 7 to 9, it's more of a happy hour type of working women networking type situation. Honestly, I will be hosting it actually this Wednesday and next Wednesday. So make sure y'all come out to Mary Lou's. I will be there at 7 o'clock, rocking the mic like I do best. Thank you so much, Pam. I totally forgot about that. Then this Friday, I will be at Diablo's hosting CG Entertainment. That's going to be a phenomenal party. Make sure you come dressed to impress, because Cliff already said, don't come to the door looking like you going to the go-go. He said that this is going to be a semi-formal event, so y'all already know how I'm coming. Y'all already know that dress is laid all the way out right now. My hair did on that. It's this Friday at Diablo's.
So the same people that do the Diablo's are first.
No, that's a whole total different promoter. Cliff the General. No, I'm talking about Cliff the General. So you talking about Cleet and Cliff.
Okay.
No, that's not the CG.
Okay.
This CGE, yes, he normally do film. But he's doing Diablo. He does Diablo sometimes too, but shout out to CG Entertainment for hiring Chyna'Pink the host. I'm very excited about it. And we definitely gonna come through their birthdays. I got the birthday girls coming to that too. So come out this Friday at Diablo's inside the MGM. We gonna crank it up. Also, it was one more thing. So yes, B&G Tavern, the ladies of the Chyna'Pink Talk Show, we are actually going to be bartending at a few spots as local celebrity bartenders.
Word up! Hey, y'all bringing it back!
So the first show we'll be at is April 10th. So make sure y'all come out and support us. We're gonna, Pretty Pours. I like that. Yeah, so after that, we're trying to get something going on that list, so make sure you let us know. Sycamore Oak, we definitely coming through. We coming through all the bars, so make sure y'all follow our pages so y'all can see when we coming, because we coming. So I think that's it, and that's all. Am I forgetting anything else? Okay, I'm glad I was able to. Thank you. Shout out to Styles in the building. Always pushing through. Every single time. Thank you again, Dr. Rhonda Hamilton. Please make sure y'all vote. If y'all in DC, she told y'all the preliminaries is June, and then the final is November. I wish I was still a DC resident, I swear, but on this murder side, we your biggest cheerleaders. We're going to make sure we keep pushing your name over and over and over. We love you, and we appreciate what you're trying to come to do for our city. Yes, Stompdogg, thank you for coming through. Pam, thank you for coming through. Again, congratulations. Yes, Janita, thank you for coming through. And yes, we're going to make sure that we get all the women to come through your event. And Shawn, finally. I don't even want to cry, but I love you, girl. You are the best of the best. Your heart is unmatched. I don't know nobody that can match you, honestly. Thank you so much for coming through today. I love you. I love you. You already know.
Thank you. Thank you.
See y'all next month.
Like Production.